Disclaimer, the costumes that are going to be used in this book talk are stereotypical, and I deeply apologize. Okay, I'd like you to imagine that you wake up every single day as a different person. You feel like yourself, you know that you're yourself, but you're not yourself. You could be a popular cheerleader who's boy crazy and really likes Abercrombie. You could be a surfer dude who's really struggling with his grades but tries to keep it really chill. You could be a bookworm, boy or girl, really interested in reading and doing your homework. You could be a baseball-loving jock whose parents are going through a really bad divorce. It doesn't matter who A becomes or what their interests are. What he has to deal with is the inner stuff. A is not he. I keep referring to him as he, but A is not a he. A is just the spirit who wakes up in a different body every single day. A has to learn how to show the world that he is that popular cheerleader or that baseball-loving jock or that surfer dude who's trying to keep it all together. A has to become those people without giving away everything A knows about them. When A wakes up, he inherits all their memories. He looks like them. He knows everything. He knows the passwords to their emails. He looks at those. Not he. A looks at those. A wants to know what they are like so that he doesn't cause any sort of, so that A doesn't cause any sort of ripple in the daily life that they are living. A does not want it to ever be known that A was there. A sometimes wakes up morbidly obese, skinny as a rail, Asian, Chinese, white, male, female. It doesn't matter. There are no limits to what A can wake up as, other than it seems as though in the book A never goes over the age of 18 or below the age of 12. So it really is a teenage kind of lockdown in there. A also never is further than 100 miles away from the previous location. So it's really in this kind of tight radius. And this radius is important. Levithan almost sets it up perfectly. Because when A wakes up as Justin and falls in love with his girlfriend Rhiannon, it is unclear as to how this will be pursued throughout the rest of the book. Because until this point, each chapter was a completely different person that A was experiencing. Now, he has Rhiannon, and he's absolutely in love with her. This is when the story becomes a star-crossed lover's story that you just are so into. The rest of the book refers back to Rhiannon without giving too much away. This is definitely a star-crossed lover story, and they will go to great lengths to get to each other. It's a great book for LGBT category because A is a spirit, and you do not know what gender or sexual orientation that A is, because we don't know if A is a boy or a girl. So it's a great book for that category. It's also a great book for boys and girls because there are boys and girls as the characters throughout the whole thing. It's not like it leans one way than the other. A believes that Justin is treating Rhiannon horribly when he is Justin for the day. He falls deeply in love with Rhiannon because he feels that she is kind of like a queen that deserves way better than what Justin is giving to her. It is so hard to put this book down. I love it so much. It's one of my all-time favorite David Levithan books. I would highly recommend it to anyone. At any age, really, but I would say probably 7th grader or up if I was recommending it to a student, just because of a little bit of kind of the sexual orientation underlying meaning there. But other than that, really, honestly, any age. It is a descriptive novel. You feel like you are becoming these people with A. It's a page turner for sure. The chapters are a little shorter, and there's a new character in each chapter, so that makes it really exciting. You want to get to the next chapter and see kind of what A is going to wake up and become. Overall, just one of the best books ever. I love that A has to deal with these inner emotions and still wants to put on kind of the show and not interrupt these people's lives, I think that's when I started to really respect that A just accepts that this is A's life, and that he takes each day as kind of a new possibility. That's one of my favorite quotes in the book is, the only way to keep going is to see every person as a possibility. And for A, with his daily transformations, that's an absolute necessity. And for the rest of us, it's still a pretty good idea.